Member from Oshawa.
Thank you, Speaker. My question is to the Premier. People in my riding of Oshawa depend on the region's auto industry. For many families across Ontario, including those in Windsor, London, St. Thomas, Hamilton, Kitchener, St. Catharines and Oshawa, it provides them with a stable paycheck month after month. Last week, the Premier's privatization czar, Ed Clark, stood up in Toronto and said that the hard-working people of Ontario's manufacturing sector have seen what amounts to a quarter of their paycheck cut under Liberal governments. He even said that, quote, low labour costs are part of Mexico's winning formula, end quote. It's evident that his definition of a, quote, new day in manufacturing means leaving people behind and lower-paying manufacturing jobs. That is not what the people of Oshawa or Ontario need or deserve. Will the Premier commit to standing up for the hard-working people in the province's manufacturing sector?
Thank you.
Well, Mr. Speaker, I know the Minister of Economic Development, Employment and Infrastructure is going to want to speak to this, but let me say off the top, that is exactly what we are doing, Mr. Speaker. Our strategy has been all along to invest in, to support, to work with the auto sector and the manufacturing sector writ large, Mr. Speaker, to allow it to become the advanced manufacturing sector that will allow us to compete. That's why we've been making investments. That's why we have set up the Jobs and Prosperity Fund, Mr. Speaker, the Southwestern Ontario Development Fund, Mr. Speaker. That's why we have been making these investments to allow the manufacturing sector to go through this transformation. We're not giving up on the auto sector, Mr. Speaker. We're not giving up on manufacturing. We have expertise in Ontario that is wanted all over the world. We are going to make sure that we have a modern manufacturing sector in this province, and it will include auto, Mr. Speaker.
Thank you. Supplementary.
Thank you, Speaker. The people in my community of Oshawa are all too familiar with the inaction of consecutive Liberal governments. They have sat on the sidelines while more than 300,000 manufacturing jobs have disappeared in this province. And the latest numbers from StatsCan show that Ontario saw the largest decline in manufacturing sales in September. So what is Ed Clark's answer? Cut job security, slash regulations that protect our workers, our environment, and the quality of our products. Will the Premier commit to creating an auto strategy that leaves no one behind and creates good-paying, stable jobs?
Thank you.
Economic Development, Employment and Infrastructure.
Minister of Economic Development, Employment and Infrastructure.
Mr. Speaker, I've just spent the 19 days of my life out in Japan and China talking about the competitiveness of Ontario's auto sector. Mr. Speaker, the fact of the matter is, in today's economy, we've attracted $4.5 billion in 12 months alone to Ontario's auto sector, including significant investments from GM, who are investing, Mr. Speaker, with 100 new engineers in their innovation centre in GM. So we're building the auto sector in today's economy, but, Mr. Speaker, we also want a healthy auto sector in tomorrow's economy that is just around a corner, and that's why we're investing in innovation. That's why, Mr. Speaker, we need to be a leader in connected vehicles, a leader in artificial intelligence, a leader in sensors. Mr. Speaker, we will continue to be, so we can build the auto sector jobs of today and tomorrow, Mr. Speaker, even if the NDP want to live in the past.
Thank you.